Hi, I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys a little bit about my celiac disease journey. I believe my celiac disease was triggered from trauma, and it was really bad. It was probably the worst time in my life. I was going through personal problems, mental health issues, on top of a crushed ankle and crippling anxiety, and crippling PTSD. So I never had any issues with bread, wheat, or any of that before in my life. I did notice when I was little, I do remember that we didn't really have bread in the house much, but I believe that's because we were poor. When we were younger, my family didn't really have the best ideas on how to feed children. They just gave them noodles, top ramen, poor people food. We didn't really have a lot of vegetables or fruits in the house, which was a very bad thing, now that I look back on it. But my journey was rough, and I'm not trying to downplay anyone else's, but holy fuck. There was times I didn't think I was going to make it. There was times I thought, this is truly the end of my life. This is the end of my legacy, and this is where I stop. I weighed 198 pounds before I was diagnosed celiac. Now I weigh 120 pounds. I gained a shit ton of weight, and I felt terrible. I was going to the gym all the time. I was trying to lose it, and I just couldn't. But I was eating bread and all this other stuff because my body was just craving it. It was insane, the amount of food I would eat. When I got diagnosed celiac, I was losing a lot of weight very fast, and it was very scary for my doctors. So now I have an entire medical team, and they call me once a month to make sure I'm still alive and to make sure, hey, how's everything going with your celiac? How's everything going with your mental health? How's everything going with the unknown bruising? All this stuff. It's insane that I have to have a plethora of doctors to keep me alive. When I went through my celiac crisis, it was horrible. I had excruciating stomach pain, bad headaches. My periods were horrendous. They were so bad. It was bad. The whole thing was just bad. I was throwing up, nausea, vomiting, vertigo. I felt like I was going to have seizures. I would have to sit down randomly at work. It was so bad because I didn't know what was going on at first. So my mind, it just felt like a panic attack, anxiety attack, and then all of a sudden, my mind would just go fuzzy, and everything would just kind of start shaking like this, and then I'd just have to sit down. When I would do these things, I would have to. I explained it to people at my work. I explained it to people online. I explained it to people that were in my circle, what was going on. It was very fucking scary. Josh was there. But not a lot of people were there for me. Maybe it's because I was a fucking asshole before I got diagnosed, because it fucked with my brain bad. I honestly believe that celiac disease has caused my cognition, my mental cognition, to go down. I feel like celiac disease made me dumber. I don't know how long it activated for, because, again, I had heartburn, stomach pain, and all this other stuff before, right? And I got diagnosed with GERD by a PA, and she just didn't know what she was talking about. But, when she gave me that GI cocktail, I actually almost fainted in her office because my blood pressure dropped so quickly. The GI cocktail did work, so that would make sense for a GERD diagnosis, right? Whatever. So I got that diagnosis, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep taking omeprazole, keep eating, blah, 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 drinking, doing my thing. Eventually, time had caught up with me. I quit drinking alcohol. I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit doing all the things. I tried to make myself healthy, and then I got really sick with celiac. Now, I was in my celiac crisis for a really long time. And if you go through my Instagram, you can see some of the videos of me just crashed out, fat, bloated, just having the worst time of my life. And it was just horrifying. During that time, I was in a really rough shape. And I was trying to work, hold down a full-time job, be a girlfriend, be good, be everything, and I just couldn't. It fucking caught up to me. After I crushed my ankle, I came back and went to a different location to work. When I got to this different location, I'm not even going to say what the conversation was because it makes me so upset that like I visibly become red in my chest and like I just want to throw up. I was going through a really hard time, and this person knew like I have mental health issues. I just crushed my ankle. I'm trying to rebuild my life again. And this person just comes up and just kicks me when I'm down. Like, this conversation fucked me up so bad. Like, this is how forgiving I am. I forgave my ex-boyfriend for almost killing me. He almost strangled the fuck out of me, and I still forgave him. This person, when they said this to me during my celiac crisis, when I was in crisis mode, I didn't have anyone, like I felt like my life was falling apart, they kicked me when I was down, and I don't know how to forgive them. I don't know, and I don't pray. I'm not religious, so I don't think I will ever forgive them. But that conversation really struck a chord with me, and it will stick with me for the rest of my life. And it is, you need to be kind to people because you do not know what they are going through. Okay? And some people just don't get that. Some people just run their mouths and they talk and they spew out hate, rude shit, and things that just shouldn't even come out of someone's mouth. Right? So you just need to be kind to people, is my number one take from this, is kindness is key. Because you don't know what they're going through. Because literally, like, weeks after, I was still hurting. And this person just apologized. As if everything was okay. I didn't say I forgave them. I said, okay. Because it's just an apology. Like, I don't have to forgive you. And I won't. I don't think I can. And I really want to, but I don't think I can. But yeah. No one was really there during my celiac crisis, and no one was really there when I was trying to get help for my celiac disease, other than my boyfriend, his family, and a couple of my family members. I reached out. Didn't reach out the correct way, apparently, but next time I will reach out in a better way. I hope that if you're in a celiac crisis, you go to the hospital and you get the correct help you need. I hope that if you are in celiac crisis, that you have a support system and a network of amazing, beautiful people behind you to hold your hand and to tell you it's going to be okay. I hope that your celiac crisis was not as bad as mine and people did not kick you when you were down. And I hope that you have a good life during celiac disease, because during this whole fucking escapade and this whole terrible adventure of celiac disease, I've fucking realized that I can still have a full life with celiac disease. I never thought I could. I didn't think I could. But people on the internet, Reddit, Instagram, YouTube, and many more places that I can get celiac information is amazing. And I appreciate it so much. So, yeah, that's where I wanted to go. I wanted to explain to you guys a little bit about my celiac crisis and how bad it actually was. Like, I don't think I really dove in and gave you guys like the nitty-gritty details. Maybe if I make a Patreon, I will give you guys the nitty-gritty details. But yeah, that's for another time. I just want to say thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening to my celiac disease story. I hope it helps someone. And I hope it helps someone stay. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay strong. It's okay.